So next we entered into the topic Ampere circuit law. So in electrostatics we are having Gauss law. Gauss law is used to obtain the electric field intensity in the critical situations. Similarly, the magnetostatics. In the magnetostatics I am having Ampere circuit law. Ampere circuit law is used to obtain the magnetic field intensity in the critical situations. So here, what is the statement of Ampere circuit law? Ampere circuit law states that the line integral of magnetic field intensity H around a closed path is exactly equal to the direct current enclosed by that path. So we know that what is Gauss law saying? Gauss law is nothing but closed loop d dot ds is equals to q. The flux lines which are crossing the closed surface area, it is nothing but the flux density, is always equals to the charge enclosed by the closed surface. Similarly, here closed integral h dot dl is equals to I. What it means? The line integral of magnetic field intensity around a closed path is equal to the current flowing through the conductor. So here I am entering into the topic. I am entering into the derivation of Ampere circuit law, that is proof of Ampere circuit law. So here I want to prove how the closed integral line integral h dot dl is equals to I. Okay. So here just I am considering a current carrying conductor. What is the type of current it is flowing? Direct current is flowing. Okay. A current carrying conductor infinite length and it is placed along the z-axis. And I am considering a closed path. The closed path is enclosed. Okay, the current carrying conductor is enclosed by a closed path I am considering. That closed path is having the radius r. And at a point P I want to calculate the magnetic field intensity. So here this closed path is placed in the plane of xy plane and the center of this closed path is equal to the axis, center axis line is equal to the z-axis. Okay, so here we have to consider cylindrical coordinate system because I am having rho phi z. So for cylindrical coordinate system, coordinates are rho phi z and the differential and the scaling factors are 1 r 1. So differential length formula is dr because here rho is equal to r, the radius dl is equals to dr r d phi a phi 1 dz az. Because the circular ring is moving in phi direction, we have to consider dl as r d phi a phi. So from Biot-Savart's law, due to infinitely long conductor, I am having h is equal to I by 2 pi r into a pi. So this is already we derived in the last sessions. So h is equals to I by 2 pi r into a pi. So what we have to do? H dot dl. So what is the Ampere circuit law? Closed integration h dot dl should be equals to I. So first we have to calculate h dot dl. So h is nothing but I by 2 pi r a pi. This is already we got in the last sessions, that is Biot-Savart's law, one of the application for infinitely long straight conductor placed along the z-axis. H is nothing but I by 2 pi r a pi. So h dot dl is nothing but r d phi a phi. So I by 2 pi r a pi dot r d phi a phi. So h dot dl is equals to integration pi is equal to 0 to 2 pi. So why we have to consider here pi means the closed path is moving along phi direction and the phi limits are 0 to 360 degrees into I by R gets cancelled, 2 pi into d pi. So I by 2 pi into 2 pi. 2 pi gets cancelled. I'll get I. So this is I. Closed integral h dot is equal to I. So this is the proof of Ampere's circuital law. So here in the electrostatics, we have calculated electric field intensity by using Coulomb's law, and we did the derivations totally very complexed manner. So what is the importance of Gauss law there? By using Gauss law, we can calculate the electric field intensity with a very less number of steps, and in very critical situations also we can calculate the electric field intensity by using Gauss law. So like this, Coulomb's law, Biot-Savart's law, Gauss law is nothing but here Ampere's circuital law. Now I want to enter into the application of Ampere's circuital law. By using this Ampere's circuital law, I want to calculate the magnetic field intensity at a point P due to the infinitely long straight conductor. So already we have calculated by using Biot-Savart's law for infinitely long straight conductor. H is nothing but I by 2 pi r A phi ampere per meter, and we did very lengthy derivations to get this answer. Now by using this Ampere's circuital law, I will get this answer in very less number of steps. So what is the importance of Ampere's circuital law? We can get the answer in very less number of steps. Okay. So here I am considering infinitely long straight conductor along z axis, which is carrying a direct current. Okay. And here Gaussian surface is nothing but it is always a closed surface. Like Gaussian surface, I am considering amperial path. Amperial path is also a closed path that should be surrounded. Okay, with this infinitely long straight conductor. Infinitely long straight conductor should be surrounded by a amperial path that should be closed, like a Gaussian path, Gaussian surface. So here, what is dl? We know that dl is r d phi a phi, because this path is moving in phi direction. So we have to consider a phi direction only. So by using Ampere's circuital law, closed line integral h dot dl is equals to I. The pi limits are 0 to 2 pi. H dot r is L is nothing but r d phi a phi equal to I. So h dot r pi limits you have to substitute. You will get 2 pi. So h is equal to I by 2 pi r. Simply in 2 steps I got the answer. H is equals to I by 2 pi r a pi. So Ampere's circuital law is very useful in the calculation of magnetic field intensity in very critical situations. Thank you.